Monkey, 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 and more. It's Steven's Monkey Reviews. Hey, Collector Steven here, and welcome back to another Monkey Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at something that's rather interesting, and I kind of fell off with the series in terms of uploading videos, but I have been collecting them behind the scenes, so we'll get to some of the other ones. But today we're going to be taking a look at the 5th entry for Unique Designs in the Childhood Kaiju figure series, and we are taking a look at King Norilla by Noger Chen, produced by Black Seed Toys. So you may remember Norilla from quite a while back. We had King Ghidorah, we had Hinora, we had Mecha Norilla, all that fun stuff, and now we finally have a not King Kong Childhood Kaiju figure. Awesome. MSRP was about 88 bucks. Woo boy, prices are getting up there. But is this childhood parody version of Kong going to be worth a purchase, considering it's all aftermarket now? Or should maybe you just live vicariously through videos like this? Let's take a look to see whether or not it's going to be worth adding into your collection. Looking back at the original release, Norilla, I got to be honest with you here, folks. That one really felt in the sculpt and paint department fine in terms of concept, but I felt the wash was a bit uneven. I think the paint apps could have been tightened up a little bit. Basically, I know that was quite a little bit ago. I think that was actually pre-2020 when all of the festivities kicked in, if my memory serves correct. But here, it definitely sounds like they kind of listened to the criticism there and they cranked it up to 11. And that increase in price really contributed overall to a better quality product. While we are still going to have that darker wash that does come off as a bit dirty depending on your own personal preference, it is actually executed rather well here. In terms of paint application, I am seeing that on the jersey, which this is supposed to be sort of like a jock kind of character, the printing on the shirt for the numbers and the characters and so forth, that does appear to be faded in some spots, but I can't tell if that is actually going to be from the actual production process and they needed to reset the ink or whatever the case may be, or if that's intentional. Not saying it's bad one way or another, I'm just pointing out the different possibilities. Now, when we take a look at the overall sculpt, design, and concept of the figure, I do think that this is actually rather cool. So we have the jock character of the lineup finally. We do have the mecha version of our hero here. That was previously released. We have the super snob out of King Ghidorah there. We have Hinora, which I'm going to be honest, I don't quite know what what sort of persona that was supposed to represent. But here for Norilla, it's very clear the style that we have here. Now, the hair, not crazy about it, but if this is supposed to be a rival, definitely gives me that sort of vibes. There's a wristband on the right wrist. Maybe he has a bruised tendon like yours truly. And then we have the non-specific brand of tennis shoes. Norilla here looks really cool, and I'm digging the overall concept. Articulation, we are going to have a neck swivel, shoulder swivels. We are going to have a little bit of a waist swivel. We're going to have hands. I mean, I'm going over everything right here with you. Pretty cool. And it's actually pretty nice because when we take a look at the accessories, which we are going to move right into, you can get some neat poses where he's holding the basketball. That's right. So with this character being a sports kind of guy, he's going to have a sports ball with him, which actually looks rather nice, rather clean, little bit off shape. A little bit misshapen. Don't know if that's intended or if that's just part of the molding process that happened, but c'est la vie. It's a very small detail. I'm just pointing it out in case you happen to see it and say, oh, Steven didn't talk about that. Well, guess what I did? It's going to come with a cheerleader or someone in his corner. Don't quite know what the implication here is, whether or not it's supposed to be like a girl he thinks is into him, but really not, or maybe actually don't know, but that is something that we're going to get. We do also get this banner, which is identified in the product listing as a towel. Nice, cool, but honestly, it's not really usable. There's not a hand in specific that allows Norilla to hold this. It doesn't have a bendy wire in it, so we can put it over his shoulder. It kind of looks more so like a banner. What does it say? I don't know. I don't know, unfortunately. I can't get a good translation of that on any of the apps that I have, so c'est la vie. Accessories are pretty neat. I do feel like maybe missing a little bit in comparison to some of the other childhood kaiju releases, but that's okay, I guess, because it's kind of fitting for both Kong and Sports Ball. Size comparison, definitely a chunky figure. So going to be bigger than your average stylized vinyl in this sort of field. Nice, thick, Basically, if you're looking for 5.5 inch to 6 inch scale stuff, this is going to be rather nice and should blend in very well with sort of your stylized things. Kill cats, same childhood kaiju figures. If you're basically shopping on My Plastic Heart, this will blend in just fine. Buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. There is an Optimus Primal reference version of this coming out. I want to get that because it looks really cool. But with that being said, for this one, this is a perfect complement to the original Nozilla release, and I'm glad that this came out right on the heels and on another wave of Godzilla vs. Kong hype, with the MonsterVerse continuing, which is good to see. Overall, I think this is a solid entry in the lineup, but I do see where some folks may hesitate on the $88 price tag at MSRP. Aftermarket, can't even tell you. Don't even know what it's going for. Don't really care. We'll just have to wait and see. So if you're thinking about picking it up, I have to say you will be making a solid purchase. I like this. Just keep in mind, maybe this isn't going to be the strongest entry in the series. Always keep that in your back pocket. Well, collectors, that brings us to the end of the video today, and I just wanted to take a second to thank you so much for watching. Now you've heard a lot from me, I'd like to hear a little bit from you. Drop in the comments down below whether or not you liked it, you hated it, or maybe you were somewhere in between. I also want to take an extra second here for a nice, humongous thank you to all the patrons for SDR over the last month who have really helped the channel grow into what it can be today. So to all of you, 2 big thumbs up. Thank you very much. And now the end card should be popping up, which will give you a few clickable links, like maybe to subscribe or head on over to my Patreon, or some short URLs like to my social media or to my Teespring store. There's also a video I hand selected for you, so if you want to watch another STR video, I hand selected some good content for you to watch, so definitely check out that video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.